Episode 245. What's everyone standing here staring at? It just seems like the guildmaster and her little wacky assistant here are standing here watching the crops grow all night or something. Not even lifting a finger, just literally watching them grow. That's what makes them master botanists. They can just see plants growing from where they're standing and know exactly what they need to do to make them grow better, I guess. It'll still be a while before you can see what they see, Komori. We'll get you there eventually. And actually, we're almost going to be the original max level, 50, pretty soon. I think I maybe mentioned I might do that off screen in the last episode, but it should only take a few minutes this episode, so we'll go ahead and accept the penultimate quest and start our grind. Komori, I trust you, not only as a botanist, but as one who shares my dream of bringing peace to the forest that shelters us. The Order of the Twin Adder has commissioned from us mistletoe in staggering quantities. You'll need to search in the vicinity of Camp Dragonhead, in the central highlands of Cortus. The curative properties of mistletoe make it a vital ingredient for many salves and medicines. I cannot help but fear that our guild has once more been drawn into serving this fruitless war effort. Forgive me for being a hopeless idealist, Komori. Could you visit the Adder's Nest and inquire with Lieutenant Gavin as to the nature of his request? I will not refuse this order, you may assure him of that. I simply wish to know. Okay. It sounds like we're getting involved in politics, even though we should be involved with just plants or something. The quicker teleport's over there. What are they growing down there anyway? I guess all sorts of things, but they don't look like crops. Those look like crops. Does the term crops necessarily mean edible, or can they just be like anything? Can you make a crop of flowers? I mean, I guess flowers are edible, but that's not what I mean. And I guess while we're here... yeah, we might as well... It's more of a fishing hat, so... We're just gonna create a new glamour, I guess. I guess I'm doing it on screen when I could have done it between episodes, but... I'm picturing that I'm gonna have a lot more extra time in this episode since... Well, we're already level 45, and... We're pretty much almost through with this quest. I already have something else that I can do in the remaining time in this episode, but no, wrong way. But even the second thing that I want to do this episode might not take that much time. So I guess we're just killing time here. You. So here. Create a glamour plate for... Oh, did I not make one for... I guess number 12 would be our carpenter. And we're going to save this slot for future-proofing or something, if I ever do get like a third Disciple of Hand class or something. Because the way that the future class system works... Well, basically, if you want to experience all of the quote-unquote story content other than the specific job quests, I'm thinking ahead towards the role quests, which lump them together a little bit. And to experience all of the role quests and the post-role quests that you get to do after doing all of the role quests, I would need a third crafting class, so we'll just save that slot. So in number 14, we'll just copy this, I guess. Can we copy this, like, somehow? I guess not. It's just the Lalafell stuff, the earrings, and... It's just a temporary thing anyway. Oh, I'd have to redo all the dye. That's kind of annoying. You know what, here, just make it a hat for now. God damn it. What a waste of time. Okay, you, repair my stuff. Not you. You. All this just for a slightly different hat. I'll set up the real glamour later, but just to start with, we can set up glamour plate 14 as just the hat. There. And now whenever we want to get this glamour out, we can just apply glamour plate 11 and then 14. There. Maybe I'll change the number from 14 in the future, I don't know. And I'll need to like add in a macro for swapping to this class too. I'll also figure that out later, I guess. It's actually almost time for patch 7.3. I think they're doing all worlds maintenance tonight even. Does that show up here? Yeah. From 6 PM, later today even. God, I'm recording now. Is this actually when they're implementing patch 7.3? Should I be excited? I'll have to look this up after this episode. You. Gavin. Sofafucho, which is... No, wait, I'm changing it this episode. Sofafuko, wishes to know how the mistletoe will be used before she fills the order. 'Tis a fair enough request. I have no intent to deceive her, nor you. The mistletoe will be used to prepare medicines for the battles ahead. It is as simple as that. Alright, at least it's not for poisons or something, like they tip their arrows in some kind of poison prepared from, I don't know, the leaves they gather. It's not an instrument of war, but I guess even saving lives will, I don't know, end some lives in the future if you're saving the lives of soldiers. This will not please a pacifist like Fufuka, I know, but what can be done? Does she think that we enjoy bloodshed any more than she? Were there a way to bring peace back to the forest, I would be the first to welcome it. In the meantime, the Ix will continue to attack our people, and we do what we can to protect them. A single soldier such as myself has no more power to do or to end this war than does a botanist. Well, kinda different. I mean, pragmatically speaking, but I guess we understand what he's saying in spirit. In any event, I must return to my duties. If you could harvest 20 sprigs of mistletoe and tell Fufuka that our courier will be along to receive them, the order would be in your debt. Anything more to say? No, not specific to the quest. Oh, so now we actually have to find it, so... Mistletoe. Right, she did say Quartus, I guess, over here. And I guess we'll keep sneak up, just in case there are any beasties out there. Although if they don't aggro on me on sight... No, they don't aggro on sight. Okay. Then we don't need these annoying orbs floating around me. It's kind of not very RP to have those orbs, is it? Oh wait, I should be... well, after this. I noticed at some point, I think towards the end of the episode, last time, my buff ran out. Both of my buffs, I guess, but mainly the, this buff. So I guess it's a good thing I bought these other ones after all. The last one ran out because I got all the experience that it allowed me to get, the bonus experience. The one before that ran out because I just took a break between episodes. And actually I also took a break between this episode and the last, as I usually do. That's why I always say, take a break. But those breaks, well, it's usually different lengths of breaks between episodes. In this case, it was an actual day-long break. So the buff would have ran out anyway. But just to get us to level 50. Once we get 20 of these things, we can look towards some other area, I guess, where there's maybe like higher level stuff to gather. Just like last time, I think that worked out pretty well. Doesn't take too long to find the higher level stuff. Oh wait, do we want this? No extra experience, I don't think. Well, we can try. Never mind, we can't carry that. I'm gonna have to clean up my inventory after this. Mistletoe. Is this actually used for medicine in real life? It just seems like, well, the only thing that I know that it's used for in real life is not really a use, but it's for Christmas. Decoration or whatever. I'm sure there are actual uses in real life for it, but I don't know if it's actually used for medicine. And unspoiled locations. They're teaching us about these now. Guess we unlock this at this level. Yeah, these are the ones that I mentioned that are the things that only appear in a certain time window. I don't think they introduce it at this point in the game, but later on, these become separate mini-games that you have to do math for. I think at this point they're just kind of normal things. Just like the normal gathering points, but you just gotta wait for them. Oh wait, I have enough of those. Alright, so where can we go for some more experience? What's the highest level thing we can find? Which isn't locked behind some kind of node or something. Well, these are high level, but... oh, you can get these from Tavernier. Which was this limited time thing. Weird. Anyway. Highest level thing we can get that isn't weird. Just like a normal thing would be this branch, I guess. Level 47 over here. It's near where we're teleporting back to in Gridania, so we're not wasting too much skill teleporting over here, I think. Oh wait, there might be actual aggroing monsters in the bramble patch. Yeah, there are. Well, they're low level. These guys are level 21, but the trees are level 50. Interesting. Alright, this is the higher level one, so one of these... oh wait, we still got auto on. Whatever. It's all still experience. Yeah, so I guess we can turn this off. You wouldn't aggro on a level 46 botanist, would you? We're too tough for you, even though we're technically not. Been a while since we were in this area, I think. Or has it? Maybe there was some side quest that took me in this area and I'm already forgetting it. I think we were here for the Moogle delivery side quests, which was done towards the end of the Realm Reborn stuff I was doing. Would have been one of the last episodes I was recording in that area. Or during that time frame, whatever. Come on, give me something. It's not like I know the exact math here where if you were to do a law of large numbers calculation of your percentage of actually getting one of these higher level items and compare that to the amount of experience that you get for this versus a lower level item that's easier to get but lower experience. I'm not sure which one would be more efficient in the long run, but I'm just assuming the higher level ones are better, even if they are harder to get. Even if I only get 2 per tree sometimes. I guess everything's kind of bunched together in this one bramble patch, I guess. Kind of. The one thing that you can do to regain your GP, the only thing you can do, I guess, is to chug a bottle of cordial. which is an item that you can get in sort of the endgame for gatherers. Or through other means, I guess, related to gathering, but I've got like hundreds and hundreds of them on my main character. I just don't have the resources to get them on Komor yet. We can get them later, I guess. They'll probably be important at some point. Level 47 now, 3 more to go. Although I guess we can stop just shy of 50, because we can stop at 50. If our last quest by turning in this botanist in a bind quest gives us enough experience to level up. Does it tell us how much we get? Okay, it does. So that would be 196,000, which would be about 400,000 with the bonus that we get. Oh wait. How much is this bonus? I don't know how much it increases. Okay, well, I think it was double or something. It should be applying to whenever we're gathering from this tree, so let's try comparing it with this. If we actually see it on screen. Come on, give me one. There. We get plus 356% experience from a gather, I guess. It became 366, I think, because we chained it. But that 356 is the sum of the manual that we read, the orange juice we drank, and also the preferred world bonus. But I wouldn't know how exactly to add that up. I assume plus 356 means 4.56 times what we're getting, the normal amount, where plus 100% would be double, in that sense. So assuming the preferred world bonus is the plus 100% double that I think that it was. Well, I would need to know the actual increase that we get from the other things to know how it works. Because I can't do anything, or because I'm not able to do anything else right now other than grinding, I might as well just look. So this gives us plus 3% experience. But that's multiplied by the other buffs. They're all multiplied together. So for example, if we had the 2 times experience that we had, we would get 1.03 times that 2 times with the orange juice, which would be what? I guess it would be 2 times 1.03, obviously, so 2.06. And then the item we used was, if it still shows up here, wasting time by just looking at this item, and actually, it might not even be in our log anymore because of all the grinding we did. I'm just wasting time at this point. Yeah, we did all of that. When did I use that item? It was after we started gathering, I think. Oh, does it not show up? Okay, wait, before we use that, before we did any of our buffs, the answer is right here in front of us, so yeah. This is also including vested experience, so I wasn't considering that, but... It went from 200% to 100% before we did all of our buffs. And this is after we did all of our buffs here. So I think 200% is... Well, we can just do our gathering while I think about that. Oh, gather please. It seems like the experience applied twice there. 200% for one thing and 100% for the other. That's right, we got an experience boost for getting a new item. That's what one of the buffs was. I think. Or maybe it was compiled into the existing thing? I don't know. Well, the fact that it showed plus 200% in one text log, and in the immediate one after it showed plus 100%, indicates that it was applying the bonus of, I think, preferred world on everything. That applies to everything, and then I think... No, I think rested also applies to everything, so I wouldn't know. Well, whatever. Preferred world is either 100% or not. I think... Okay, so yeah. Probably preferred world is either 1.5 or its double experience. And then the flip side of that is the rested bonus is either the opposite. It's either 1.5 or double. So for us to have plus 200% from one of the logs before our buff was applied from the manual and the orange juice, it would be 2 times 1.5, which is 3 times, which is plus 200% on top of your existing 100%. That's how the math works out, I think. So the only question there is the preferred world heavier than the rested bonus, or is the rested bonus heavier than preferred world? I would think preferred world is probably the heavier one, right? Probably double experience, I would guess. Because they really want those players to get a huge bonus, while rested experience is only 150%. And actually we're probably going to run out of rested experience before we get to level 50. So the point of all of this math was to determine how much experience we can stop short of before we reach level 50 to get just enough experience to level up after we turn in the quest. The working theory is that it's 2 times from preferred world, and that applies to quests, while all of the other buffs that we have don't apply to quests. You don't get experience bonus from the rested bonus, nor do you get it from the manual or from your meal. Those don't apply to quest bonus, but preferred world does. Yeah, so all we have to do is keep on going until we see what the experience bonus is after we finish our little gray bar of the slightly different color part of the bar, of our experience bar there. Which is normally blue if it extends beyond the existing bar, but it's currently a different color. Slightly less bright yellow, I guess. So right now we get plus 356%. That'll either reduce by half, or it'll reduce by 1.5. I guess currently it's 4.5 times, so... Okay, that became plus 276. So that is 3.76, or wait, no, that's part of the chain, hang on. Okay, so 4.56 was our baseline. And now without the chaining bonus... Just the first one. Without the chaining bonus, it's 3.56. Wait, is that additive then? Wait, hang on. I was assuming it was multiplicative, but is it actually additive bonus with the rested? Because that's not 1.5 times or 2 times decrease. For it to so cleanly go from 3.56 to 4.56 times makes me think it was additive. Maybe some of it is additive and some of it is multiplicative. That doesn't sound right though. Oh, my GP is full. I should have been using the abilities, right. Wait, did it change again? Hang on. Another pause in our logging here. No, wait, it was the same. 3.56, right. Adding on the base 100%. Oh, damn it. I forgot to do it again. Well, I guess this means that the rested experience is a additive plus 100%. If I'm reading that right. So I guess that still helps us work our mass backwards or whatever. If we take that away from the plus 200% that we had previously from our prior calculation, or our prior reading before we applied the manual and meal buffs, then that means without plus 100%, it was 200% minus 100%, so just plus 100% from the preferred world bonus. In other words, it's still 2 times the experience you get, so yeah. I guess I did the math wrong back and forth, but I'm pretty sure that just means however it works out. Preferred world means 2 times the experience, and that's what's going to apply to the quest when we complete it. So yeah, that would be about, it's 200,000, so 400,000 minus 8,000, give or take. 392,000. And I'm really just doing this math as a way of killing time while I'm farming here. That's really all these Disciple of Land and Hand classes are. It's math. Math and killing time. I guess land is more killing time than it is math. So with 392,000 in mind, I guess the easier math would be to start with 400,000. The total we need here is... wait. That's enough. I could have stopped a little while ago. So much for doing all that math. I could have sworn that it would be more than the quest would give us for 1 level up, but... I guess these quests give you quite a lot of experience. Enough to level up with the preferred world bonus, I guess. Like more than an entire level even. Assuming I am right about that, applying to the quest, I'm pretty sure I'm right. Welcome back, Omori. Let me get rid of that. So it is as I feared. Do not worry. I will take the 20 sprigs of mistletoe. You want these 93 rosewood branches I harvested as well? Probably not. Thank you. You have served the guild well once more. And so the unending cycle of bloodshed goes on. Needless to say, by no fault of your own. I don't know, by the way you're guilt-tripping yourself, it sounds like it's bleeding through to us. I bear no ill will to Lieutenant Gavin or his people. On the contrary, I have naught but respect for his candor, not to mention his service to my homeland. What weighs heavy on my heart is a sentiment far more simple, almost childish. I simply cannot bear to see this forest I love suffer any longer. Now, I don't think the trees themselves are going to care, but... I mean, I guess the war ravages the land in ways, sure. War is inevitable, this I understand, but by aiding the war effort, we do not merely contribute to the suffering, we profit from it. No better than the parasitic mistletoe, we suck the life out of the trees that shelter us, for our own personal gain. Wow, I didn't realize there was that kind of analogy going on here. That's why you're the master botanist. A parasite. Is that what our once proud guild has been reduced to? How can I in good conscience permit this to go on? Forgive me, Komori. I would be alone with my thoughts for a while. And what is our lowest level item? 35, 15, maybe that. Yeah. This is all actually tying back to even the earlier quests. That part of the quest where we... and yeah, we're more than past level 50. But yeah, the part of the quest where we were talking to that guy over in the market who was chewing out the other botanists for just trying to make a quick buck, Fufuka was very adamant about how she disliked that sort of behavior, just using the plants for personal gain or whatever. It's kind of wrapping back here. We're not doing it for personal gain, but it sort of feels like it because, well, we're profiting off the war effort in a way. And yeah, there are legendary nodes that you can gather from if you read the right books. This is endgame stuff for Disciple of Land and also Disciple of Hand. In a similar way, Disciple of Hand, but you just have to get the right currency by harvesting the right things, and then you can unlock books that let you harvest other places for whatever. I guess you can harvest something to craft a nice hat or something. In our case, maybe a nice bed frame or something like that. Alright. Was that enough time alone with your thoughts? When we get these. It's not her hat, but is this any better? No. No, it is not. Yeesh. What if it were a different color? And the other part, I don't know, white? Well, I mean, it at least matches our color, but we look like a gnome. Not the hat. The pants are nice. They're just kind of pants, though. The boots? Oh, these are the boots she's wearing. The red kind of matches our scarf. But in a way that doesn't really, I don't know, as a whole outfit come together. Not sure. It's probably just gonna be the gloves. They're very, well, what's the word? They don't really change anything, which is, I guess, why I'm choosing them, probably. I guess we could make them a different color, I don't know. Black goes with everything. But then that's pretty similar to the gloves that we have on our leather worker. It doesn't matter, this isn't going to be our final glamour anyway, but it is probably something I'm going to be using for the whole reason I'm doing this, the Ishgardian Restoration. Maybe in between this episode and until I get to the Ishgardian Restoration I can get an actual glamour for my Disciple of Land and Hand classes. Kind of a pipe dream though, it costs money to do that sort of thing. We'll just start with the gloves and work our way forward, I guess. Forgive me if I seemed a bit distant the last time we spoke, Komori. Allow me to get straight to the point. I have not come to this decision easily, but I've come to it all the same. As of today, I have resigned from the Botanist Guild. Yeah, fat chance. You're an NPC, your role is to be glued right here to this very spot. Our battle with the XIV rages on, and there are rumblings from the Empire as well. With each passing day, more people die. The soil is stained deeper with blood, and the Twelvewood weeps. Meanwhile, I fill orders for the war effort. And for what purpose? That more Ixal may suffer and die than Gridanians? No. If this is what it means to be a botanist in this day and age, I want no more part of it. Yanni, may Norvika bless her dear heart, tried her best to convince me to stay. Still, I fear my heart is settled. Mind you, this decision is mine alone. I would pass no judgment on those who find meaning in their efforts here. Should you wish to continue to serve the guild, I am sure Yanni will have suitable tasks for you. Farewell, Komori, and may the Twelvewood ever shelter you. Okay, goodbye forever. Yanni, we're the new guildmaster. We wear the hat now. Got any jobs for us? Oh, Komori, I'm so glad you're here. You spoke to Fufuka, yes? It absolutely breaks my heart to see what's become of my old friend. Fufuka and I have known each other since we were both knee-high to a Fungwar, and I assure you, her knowledge of and passion for the flora of this realm is second to none. This guild would be absolutely lost without her guidance. Of course, I understand her worries. These are not easy times for a true seeker of peace and friend to nature. And yet I cannot help but feel that her emotions cloud her better judgment. That she is not seeing the forest for the trees, if you will. Fufuka has convinced herself that she is doing more harm than good to the natural world she loves. Preposterous! Has she forgotten the countless trees she planted after the calamity? Journeying far and wide to return lush verdure to our shattered realm. Someone must remind her of all that she has accomplished, and the work that is still left to be done. To that end, I have made contact with one of Fufuka's former apprentices, a botanist by the name of Rorteloin. That seems right, Rorteloin? Who now tends to a forest that Fufuka herself led the planting of many years ago. My words as a friend will not reach Fufuka now, only as a fellow botanist who understands the depths of her worries. Or only a fellow botanist who understands the depths of her worries can heal the wounds in her heart. I beg of you, Komori, speak with this Rorteloin and seek his counsel. Rorteloin tends to the forest surrounding the Timber Lord's lodge, in the central highlands of Cortus. Please go quickly. Once Fufuka leaves our guild behind, I fear that she will never return. Okay. And I do remember this part of the quest. I think we visited this guy for some other thing, maybe even for like a crafting quest. Might have been for the XIV quest even. I don't remember the exact timing for this, but let's hope it works out. Otherwise I'd be in some hot water, I guess. Which would be good considering the cold weather. Well met, Komori. Annie told me to expect you. I am Rorteloin, a humble botanist plying his trade in these bleak lands. Botany is not simply my livelihood. I consider it my true calling. A calling I would never have discovered were it not for Fufuka's guidance. Needless to say, I was devastated to hear the news. All hope is not lost, however, as I have hit upon an idea. Tell me, Komori, are you familiar with the spruce tree? I do not blame you if you are not, as it is a rare sight these days. As Fufuka would tell it, in the years before the calamity, vast forests of spruce would stretch for moms and moms. What spruce trees you see today are the result of Fufuka's efforts to bring the flora of ages past back to Eorzea. Perhaps seeing that her work has borne fruit will convince her not to abandon her life as a botanist. Knowing Fufuka as I do, the gesture would mean the most to her if the spruce were harvested by the hand of an apprentice close to her heart. Your hand, Komori. Before you set off, be forewarned. Okay, here we go. Spruce is still rare to these parts, and not easily discerned. Only one with knowledge of the truths of forests could hope to identify such trees, and then only after straining the eyes from the break of dawn. Damn it. The break of dawn, huh? That's 6 Eorzean... no, not 6. That's like 11 Eorzean hours from now. I chose the wrong time to record. Okay. If your eyes are true, friend, you will come upon mature trees unlike any you have seen before. Harvest from them 3 spruce logs, and bring them back to me. Use the Truth of Forest technique to identify unspoiled mature trees. Okay, break of dawn is actually 9 AM, so we're actually 14 hours off, give or take. Damn. That appear in the Corsus Central Highlands at 9 AM Eorzean time to harvest the spruce logs. Yeah. So we're supposed to turn this on. Oh, and we can only harvest from our home world. Interesting. I'm not in the home world right now. And there goes our food bonus. Alright, well... spruce trees, huh? One moment, I am just... No, I don't have my phone on me. I was gonna look up where the spruce trees are so we could stare at it. I don't actually know what a spruce tree looks like, but if memory serves, was there like one back here, even? No, wait, this is for the XIV quest. Sometimes the bird guy hangs out back there. There might have been like a spruce tree over here or something. Just want to do a quick flyby. See if any of these other trees or any trees look different from the other trees. For all I know, these could all be spruce trees. I don't know. Are they birch? Is this a birch tree? I'm not very, familiar with trees. Komori's a botanist, not me. Well, there's a spruce tree somewhere in the area. Let's just assume, I don't know, this was a spruce tree. It's not, but assume. We would have come here at the right time, 9 AM Eorzean time, and in that 1 Eorzean hour window, or 2 hours or something, harvested as many spruce logs as we could. The key is to get as many as you can, so you would use all your skills to harvest that one spot, spend as much GP as you can on just one spot. And the difference between this and the rest of the gathering is that you just use skills a bit differently to maximize your gain from one spot rather than across multiple spots over a period of time. So we could have done that, but Komori doesn't care. She doesn't know what a spruce tree looks like, no more than I do. So she's just going to, cheat. Who's selling spruce logs? And please, don't gouge me. You know people are just trying to get past the quest here. Don't make this hard for them. Okay, 999 is a fair price, I guess. Sure. But, we can do better than that. I mean, we can't buy from that guy because, they're only selling in full stacks. By do better, I mean there's probably some guy selling for an equivalent price for a lesser amount. So let's try, I don't know, Behemoth. Turns out I might not have enough time in this episode to do much other things after all. Yes, I know. Changing between worlds like this would be easier in Limsa Laminsa. The market board is right next to the main aetheryte. Hopefully we get it quick though. Alright, this is more reasonable. 4 for 1,000. We might not get a better price than this. I'm just gonna swallow the bullet or whatever. Swallow my pride. There, we've done it. We harvested the spruce logs for Vorderloin. Don't tell Vorderloin. I doubt Vorderloin knows how to use a computer. He's just some botanist living in a cabin in the middle of a snowy mountain in the wilderness. He's never going to see this video online and know that Komori cheated to get these logs. I would have gladly waited, but not in the amount of time that we have in this episode. I guess I could have gone and done some other things, but I don't think we're going to reach 9 AM Eorzean time before our 1 hour is up even. Should you have the difficulty locating the spruce trees, remember, only one with knowledge of the truth of forest can see them, and only after waiting from dawn till sundown. Right, sure. That's what we did, even though the sun never rose in between the time we talked to you and now. If your eyes are true, friend, you will come upon mature trees unlike any you have seen before. Did you follow all that, Komori? Very well. Gather 3 spruce logs and bring them back here to me. Remarkable gathering, Komori. It isn't even dawn. I see that Fufuka has trained you well. I had a mind to deliver them to Fufuka straight away, but I just received some troubling news. You have heard that we here in Cortes are locked in war with the dragons, have you not? Oof. Yeah, you're living out here in a cabin in the woods in the wilderness. You haven't heard the news, but this is just one of those things where the writing doesn't catch up to what you actually did in the story. But that's nothing new. A recent dragon raid has left many soldiers and settlers without shelter. A carpenter in the area is still doing all he can to construct new lodgings. The lumber is in painfully short supply. I share your concern for Fufuka, but I'm sure you agree that our first priority as botanists is to help those in need. Why Fufuka herself taught me as much. Please, Komoi, seek out that carpenter and deliver to him some spruce logs, that the people of Cortis need suffer without a roof over their heads for no longer. Yeah. If the dragon raids were, I don't know, at the beginning of the Heavensward expansion, or even slightly before then, it's still probably been... Oh wait, wrong way. It's still probably been like several months that they've gone without a roof over their head. We're kind of delivering these to them very, very late, after the war is already over. I'm sure they were shacked up somewhere else for that period of time. There you are. We're something of a carpenter ourselves, you know. Yes, on the off chance that you're either blind or stupid, I'm a busy man. Very rude. We'll take our log somewhere else. Busy doing what you say? Searching for lumber, that's what. We've no end of houses that need rebuilt. Is that the right grammar? I guess so. We've no end of houses that need rebuilt after being smashed to bits by those damn dragons. Or haven't you noticed that there's a war going on here? Haven't you noticed that it's over? Look, I don't mean to be rude, but I've no time for chit-chat. Take a look around. These ain't hospitable lands. Without shelter, people will die. Damn it all. Is there not a single sturdy log left in all the highlands? Feast your eyes on these babies. Why, I've never seen wood like this. Where in the name of the 12 did you find this? The market board. But don't tell Roydeloin. To think that lumber of this quality could be found in these lands. Why, I'll not forget this kindness, friend. Those trees will save lives. Those trees will save lives. And there's our episode title. You bet they will, little missy. Speaking of which, whom do I have the pleasure of addressing? My name matters not. I am just a humble botanist, and nothing more. I would bid you speak to my colleague Roydeloin at the Timberlord's Lodge. He will see that you never want for lumber. I don't know who you are, miss, but I'm glad we've met. The gods are truly watching over us today. Shall we go for a walk, Komoi? When Yanni suggested I travel to Corthis, I had not the slightest idea what she had in mind. The moment I laid eyes on this forest, I remembered. This was your intent, was it not, Komoi? You, Yanni, and Roydeloin. Your gentle concern for my faltering heart is not lost on me. Nor is the meaning of this forest. The trees themselves speak volumes. The seeds, the art of botany, the love and reverence for nature that we brought to Ishgard have taken root in these lands and the hearts of the people, and grown strong. Strong indeed. As strong as the majestic spruces that once more grace these snow-swept highlands. The spruces that will now provide shelter and comfort to those who have been ravaged by war. Like the Heavensward, this forest has suffered greatly in these times of strife, and yet, this forest has strengths. A strength it has harbored since time immemorial, and one it shares with us. A strength that goes beyond logs we harvest or the herbs we gather. I must never forget the lessons we have learned here today, or that I have learned here today. On the contrary, I must share what I have discovered here, that hope might take root again in the hearts of our countrymen. Let us return to Gridania, Komoi. The Heavensward is calling us home. Like that cutscene, very peaceful, just kind of taking a walk in this snowy forest. Also realizing that I kind of like the botanist storyline, at least up to this level 50 quest. I don't really remember what happens after it, but that was pretty nice. It took a nice turn from just doing jobs for the botanist guild and then focusing on the war effort, and kind of became a whole cycle of life sort of thing, kind of like trees being chopped down and growing anew or something like that. Maybe I'm just waxing poetic, but that's what it feels like. Do you hear, Komoi? The leaves whisper to us, welcoming us home. To think that I almost turned my back on them forever. The battles rage on, and the forest will not go unscathed. Gridanian and Ixal hack away at innocent branches, and uproot flowers and shrubs for their own self-seeking causes. The sadness, the powerlessness, is at times too great to bear. And yet, if I were to walk away, it would tend to the wounded forest in my stead. There is only so much that a lone botanist can accomplish, and yet, every seed that is planted, every tree that takes root, brings us one step closer to a future where we will live in harmony with the forest. In my pain and frustration, my eyes have been blinded to this truth. Thanks to you, Yanni and Roidaloin, merci again. Rest easy, Komoi. I will remain here at the Growery. How could I not? The forest needs every friend it can muster in these dark times, and it would seem I still have much to learn. Having much to learn is why you're still the master botanist. I would be honored to continue to walk the path of the botanist with you, not as guildmaster and apprentice, but as peers. Fellow shepherds of the forest, be you ever safe in your travels. Okay, we're taking that to mean that we're also master botanists, even if we have to buy our logs from the market board. And yeah, we can start the next quest line, but that's as far as I wanted to go before we go ahead and do all of the Ishgardian restoration stuff, or at least start on it. So the other thing that I was planning to do this episode was going to be the Moogle questline here, just the Moogles to catch them up with the Vanu Vanu and the Vass. Because that's also gathering crafting stuff, I guess only crafting stuff, which would match what we're doing here in this episode, but there's not enough time to do that entire quest. Probably not. There, we got Roni. What an X. And let's do this and this. Then this, and then this. I'll fix this later to be an actual real thing, but this is all I wanted for now. Oh, and we should actually dye it. It's a 2-channel. What's the other channel? Can we even see that? Hang on. Make this a very obnoxious, I don't know, bright pink. No, the other one. What did we change there? I can't even see. No wait, we didn't apply it. There, it's the buckle there. And that color is normally silver? I guess we don't have to change that. Seems fine. But what if we made it white? Is that anything? It's just like a different silver color. It stands out more. I don't think we want that. What about pink to match the... No, not that. Pink to match those little donuts that we have on the boots, I guess. That's not anything either, I guess. So yeah, just dye black. There. Okay. And now we're ready for the Ishgardian restoration. Kind of. I guess we can teleport back there. No wait, I got returned. That's for free. The only problem now is I have 3 more minutes, and I need to spend that doing something else. No quests here. Any side quests over here? I guess we'd have to be there to see them. Right, there are quests for the other classes. We got this one enlisted, we got caught in the act. Keeping the ledger, I don't know, give us enlisted. Can we finish that in 2 minutes? Eventually I do want all of these side quests in the main hub here to disappear. And we're just hacking away at them in the spare time that we have in episodes like this. Oh, woe is me, my dear brother has disappeared. He left the house without so much as a word, and never returned. I'm ever so worried. I don't know what to do. I've searched high and low, but there's simply no sign of him. He must have left the Holy See altogether, but he has no friends outside the city. Does he have no friends in general? No, that's rude. The only person he knows is Redwald at Falcon's Nest. Please, if you happen to see Redwald, ask him if he knows what's become of my brother. I'm ever so worried. Please tell him how worried I am. Okay, we'll tell him you're ever so worried. That's how worried you are. Ever so. I'd make the journey myself, but I know I wouldn't last a minute out there in the wild. I mean, it's just like a chocobo flight over to a location that's kind of populated by civilians. It's not dangerous. But I guess for a languid noblewoman, it's basically the wilds. You see this guy? Oh, her brother? Yes, he's here in Cortus. I last saw him at the Convictory. He was in an utterly foul mood. Vlad is of noble blood. Of his 2 older brothers, he is hardly first in line for the inheritance. He came out here to secure his own future by earning fame and glory in slaying dragons. Okay, Convictory. Convictory. Oh, right. I did think it was that place. I just didn't see the quest marker there, but it's a red circle. Well, that guy's got the tank. If we continue with doing these Disciple of Land and Hand stuff up until Shadowbringers, we will also get the tank. One of the best mounts out there, I guess. It also has a cool animation. Maybe this guy's gonna do it if we wait long enough. Whenever I get bored, whenever I'm flying around in the tank, I do the animation. I don't think he's gonna do it though. I probably could have settled to just end the episode 3 minutes earlier or something, but here I am ending up making the episode probably 3 minutes longer. I don't consider that better, it's just different. This place shall be the death of me. Whatever made me think I could survive out here? It's utterly freezing. And I have to stoke the campfire myself? What poor joke is that? Where are the servants? Yes, she's my sister. Why do you ask? She's ever so worried. She's ever so worried about me? I think she just misses having me around to boss around. Around to boss about. Like hell's I'm going back there. I full well intend to stay here. And make a name for myself as a renowned dragon slayer. Then we'll see who bosses whom around. He didn't say whom, but that's the correct grammar. Okay. Is that actually part of a questline? Let's check. I don't think that's part of the questline. Don't think so. Probably not, and probably not from Jantalo either. No, I don't think so. Okay, well, back to Corpus. Or back to Ishgard. Oh wait, would the questline actually continue with the sister? It does not. Well, I'll have to see if that quest continues in any way, but it just sounds like, I don't know, an anticlimax or something. Just kind of lore building, I guess. Painting a picture of what it's like to be a noble. And what they expect of nobles that aren't the firstborn son or something. Well, anyway, with that done, I think Komoi is going to, again, putting back on our farmer outfit. Take a break after hacking away at all of those trees and doing one extra bonus side quest. And while she's taking a break here, in the corner of her eye, she notices some kind of poster in the distance. Whatever could that be? We already know what it is, but Komoi forgot that's the whole reason that she became a botanist in the first place. Well, she's going to remember next episode, and we're actually going to do the Ishgardian Restoration next time. Now would be a good time to take a break.